Good morning, children. It is July the 31st. We made it. A lot of people were hoping we wouldn't make it, but fuck them, we're still alive. Go ahead. Everybody turn around and give the man the finger. Because we made it. Despite their best efforts. And we will survive. And we will thrive. Again. So the last little reading on teamwork for July. And August is failure and defeat. And if that sounds negative, I'm sure he's going to talk about how failing. Yeah, I'm looking at the headline of the first. I'll give you a little sneak peek for tomorrow. Edison failed 10,000 times before perfecting the incandescent electric light bulb. Don't worry if you fail once, right? So he's using failure and defeat not as an excuse to give up, because we never give up. That's right. Never surrender. He's using it to show that, hey, everybody hits hurdles. It's the guys who overcome them that are winners. So that's next month. You'll be hearing a lot about failure and defeat, overcoming it, staying the course, getting back on the bicycle if you fall off, that type of thing. People ride bicycles here, by the way, which, they really don't in the United States that much anymore. The bikes are kind of rare. Whereas here, if they're not using a motorcycle, they're on a bike. Especially the, ecology conscious people. They don't want to use the gas emissions from a motorcycle. All right, so let's do the 31st, the last of this month, the last of the teamwork. Unlimited power may be available when two or more people coordinate their thoughts and actions in a spirit of perfect harmony for the attainment of a definite purpose. A mastermind alliance involves two or more people working together in perfect harmony towards the attainment of a common purpose. Such a partnership creates a superpower that enables each of its members to do far more than either would have been to achieve separately. Choose your mastermind partner carefully. Align yourself with people whose strengths complement yours. If you are a right brain person, for example, a logically driven left brain person may be a perfect counterbalance to your creative bent. Above all, choose to associate only with people who share your positive values and your commitment to similar levels of achievement. So I talked before about the meetup groups, the real estate investment groups in Jacksonville, Florida. And the thing about Yellowbird Connect, which is put together by a couple of guys named Kyle Paskowitz and Pat Flynn, when you went into that room and there was 150 and then 200 and then 250 and then finally 300, they had 300 plus I think at the last one before Corona, it was building. They actually had to get a new venue because the old one, the initial one, didn't have room for everybody. The energy in that place was tangible. You walked in and there was a buzz, and they had amazing speakers who put out very interesting viewpoints. I've been in real estate 20 years. I've done everything. I've wholesaled, I've flipped, I've been a landlord, I've done all that crap. I own a property management company. I've been around a minute. And I would go there and I'd be so excited because I would learn something. And I usually get nuggets, in just the most basic. That's why I always go to these seminars. I'll pick up something here, something there to tweak to make my business a little bit better, faster, easier, more, whatever. But one of the first meetings I went to, they had a guy who works for a think tank. He's paid to think. And he talked about the future and technology and how that would impact us as real estate professionals. And it was just blew my mind. Just high level thinking. It was great stuff. And that's the power of partnerships. As Kyle was killing it as a landlord, as a flipper, as a private lender, but with Pat and his energy and his work ethic, he brought a whole different dimension. And they made Yellowbird, and it was amazing. Like I said, to actually walk into a room and just have this buzz, this vibe, this energy. You had to be there to feel it. And it was absolutely destroying the old meetup group that had been there for years and years and years, because that one was run by a little old lady who was focused on money. So without saying anything, just by putting this thing on, everybody, and I mean everybody, came. And then of course, like, once all the cool kids hang out there, everybody wanted to be there, right? Because that's where all the cool kids were. But they attracted the cool kids by giving this valuable information away free to anybody who wanted it. So that was super cool. I can't wait until they go live again and start meeting up. I mean, if they have to do social distancing and have people seats apart or whatever, I don't know how they're going to handle it. Some people won't come because of fear. You know, it is what it is, but I do hope they put it back on and start getting back together again, because that was by far the most valuable meetup in Jacksonville. Now, I'm not saying it's the only one. There are other places to go get your real estate on, but including REIF, which I used to run, and now Cash Geeks does. And Homevestors has a meetup where they do deals, deal maker session. So those are all worthwhile. But I mean, Yellowbird was the pinnacle. Yellowbird was the king. So I really hope they do put that back on, because every city, but Jacksonville especially, needs that. So that's it, man. That the power of teamwork, they're ending. If you know Yellowbird, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, look at their Facebook page, look at the feedback. I was a fanboy. I was gushing about it since, April last year, which was my first meeting. It's just fantastic content. Oh yeah, free. No $300 memberships, no retirement plan for the little old lady. Kyle's like, I'm good, bro. I got plenty of money. I don't need your money. So, yeah, it was free. There was no membership. There was no attendance. You just showed up and learned and networked, which was as valuable as the learning. So, and it all just worked. New people could come and ask questions of guys who've been doing it for a long time, and it was just awesome. So I really, really hope they get that going again pretty soon, August, September, I don't know, next year, whenever, because it was so valuable. And that's it. That is the power of teamwork. Yellowbird Connect, for those of you who live in Jacksonville, heard of it, been there, you know what I'm talking about. Those who live in other cities, countries, look online for a meetup group, and if it's not as good as this one that I'm talking about, make it that way. And if you're not that experienced, if you're a newbie just looking to associate with the players, call one of the players. One of the things about Kyle, and this is probably one of the reasons that Yellowbird works, he's very approachable. You could just call him and say, hey, you have a couple minutes, let me buy you lunch, let me buy you coffee. He actually hosts a breakfast where anybody's invited to come and have breakfast with him and pick his brain. There's got to be a guy like that in your city, and just partner up with them and see if they're interested in sponsoring that and doing that. Hell, I'm not a rich man by any means, and I was paying $400 something a month, plus the lady out front $60, plus the video guy $75. So I was paying over $500 a month to put on that REIF thing for 6 months. So if I can do it, there's people who are a lot more successful in real estate than me in your town that you can hit up and say, hey, let's partner up on this thing. And if they're smart, if they're successful, they'll know the rule that by helping, even though it looks like nothing's in it for them, they will prosper by doing that. By helping you launch this meetup, they'll meet people they never would have met. People will send them deals. People will borrow from them if they're private lenders. They'll get a bunch of activity in the real estate thing that they didn't have before, because they're doing the right thing and sponsoring this meetup group. So find somebody in your city to do this, especially when the corona thing, is whatever. I'm not gonna go off on that. Just say at some point life has to get back to normal. They can't keep us jailed up forever, right? I mean, the flu comes and goes, the friggin' plague comes and goes, they can't steal the rest of your life. They gotta let us get back to normal, what's left of us, at some point. So when that happens, I encourage you to do a meetup and experience the power of teamwork. That's it for July. Over and out, but it was a good subject. Relationships, teamwork. Go back and listen to them all again. They're short usually. This one's 10 minutes. Most of them are a minute or two. So peace out, brothers and sisters.